struggle. Not so the camel. Now looking a bit scraggly still, they are still shedding their winter coats. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just summer has certainly arrived a little bit late this year. Now, does anyone know what the camel does to stay cool on a hot day like today? I mean, there's no pools, there's no beaches. Camel will wee on itself. It's the reason why they're a little bit stinky. Now, we have a beautiful animal on our right, our scimitar horned oryx from northern Africa, named after those beautiful curved horns you can see on their heads. Now, this animal was hunted into extinction for those horns. Thankfully, breeding and conservation in captivity has managed to bring numbers up, and they have been re-released into the wild, and as of 1 month ago, they're no longer classified as extinct but endangered, so a huge win. Now, if you look over in the middle, you can see a little golden baby oryx in the middle. So we are breeding oryx here as well. We've got another 4 babies, I believe, due this summer. So it's amazing to be part of conservation for such an endangered species.
Buses aren't so fast.
We're okay, we're safe. We don't go anywhere, can we?
It's been more than 10 years since we had a hippo baby born here at Werribee Zoo. At 1:30 today there is a hippo talk with our keepers. That's a really good opportunity to learn more about them and to see them potentially out of the water because we don't want any babies. So the ostrich is the largest and fastest bird on the planet. It can't fly, so running is girls still lay up to 3 eggs a week, and 1 egg is about 18 chicken eggs. So it's a pretty big egg. Now you can see our amazing waterhole there, loads of native birds. We have the ibis, a bin chicken, home to a huge population. We also have many different ducks. We have moorhens, we get egrets. Occasionally we even get a pelican that comes. They brought domestic cattle and domestic cattle diseases, and these numbers were decimated to less than 30,000. So national parks were created, conservation programs started, and these numbers have now steadily increased, and we can once more see them in the plains of northern. So welcome to the savannah around their bottoms. It looks like they've sat on a wet toilet seat, is what we say. Now, waterbuck, well, no surprises, this is a species found in and around waterways. It's into the air. That's the height of this bus. So they can use that height, that element of surprise, their body weight, and of course those horns to defend themselves against predators. Now, can you see those floppy pieces of skin on their neck? There's a tuft of fur at the bottom. Now, this is very important today. This is a dewlap, which is antelope air conditioning. So they can send more blood flow here. It's a thin piece of skin, and then the air temperature cools it down, so it helps them to keep their body temp down. Oh, and what do we have up here? We have baby zebras. So we have a much larger herd than this. They're just spread out. We have the plains zebra here, which is the most common of the 3 species. 2 of our babies are 1 month old, and the other one was born on Christmas Day. So you can see just here, Christmas Day baby. And the other baby is just here on the right having a nap in the grass. You'll be able to see that when we go past as well.
That's tiny. That's so tiny.
It's so cute, isn't it?
And a little sleeping baby on the right.
Come over here. Look at this. Look out this one.
Just too much effort. Some giraffe.
Look at you.
And 1 lone rhino. We've got Marquet, but the rest are on the other side. So we do have 7 giraffe here at Werribee Zoo. We've got our 3 baby giraffe, which you can just see coming up.
Yes, give it there.
They're new. They've only been here for about 7 weeks or so. The eldest is 2, the others are 1.5. And we have our 4 fully grown adult males.
And look at these guys over here. Look, they're coming together.
So again, all boys, it's a bachelor group down here. No females, no breeding program here. And that's why we can have so many of the boys. They all get along pretty well, hanging out together. Gorgeous long necks. We call them the eyes of the savannah, seeing off into the distance, spotting trouble before trouble finds it. Giraffe would be your best friend in that. It's impressive.
He's supposed to warm off in mud.
Now, they generally do most of their eating up higher, but they can eat food off the ground if they want to, but it's not easy for them. They can't just bend down because their legs are longer than their necks. So they need to do the giraffe splits. It's like giraffe yoga. And then they can get down, pick up food, have a drink of water. Giraffe do only drink every 3 to 5 days. They get most of the water that they need from their food. So it's one way for them to avoid having to get down. You probably think, why do they have to avoid it? Well, if a giraffe is surprised by a predator in the wild, those back legs are very powerful. They can kick to defend themselves. When they go into the giraffe splits, they lose all their power. So it makes them vulnerable. And also lose valuable time getting back into an upright position to drink. So that's that classic ostrich look with the black feathers and the white. And much bigger than those girls we saw before. We do have 4 boys down here. And of course our beautiful rhino, which are on the move. We'll get a bit of a chance to watch them as we drive around. I think they're heading for their sleep. So the southern white rhino, we have 5. We saw Marquet just before, the oldest one. She's 45, the oldest rhino in Australia. We have Kafaru, our young male, Kapenzi, our young female, born and raised here. Her mum, Cece, and her grandmother is Marquet, and then the Taba. Now, what have they been up to today? Well, they've had breakfast. Can you see that the rhino... Now, in the wild, the rhino has no natural predators. Not even a lion will attempt to attack a rhino. But their biggest predator, sadly, is us, humans. And we're the reason that they are endangered in the wild. Maybe next year we can make an announcement to you about a rhino baby, which would be incredible. Now, they are pretty intimidating looking animals, but they're generally pretty chilled out, to be honest. They only get aggressive if they feel they need to defend themselves. They may decide to continue on to the pile of sand that they like to sleep in. Yeah, we still got rhinos in the middle of the road. Just Giraffe, he's the leader of the pack. He's just on 6 meters tall. He's a big boy. Armani's sort of, he's 16 now. He starts to get sort of into middle old age. I'm sure one of them will be challenging him for that leadership. And you'll get a chance also to see these oryx up close to really appreciate those beautiful horns.
Turns into that bus. What's down here?
So just a moment, we will be going past the giraffe house. You can imagine